Arvin Lindblad has become one of the hottest names circulating in the Formula One paddock, and now the talk has taken a sharp turn toward reality. With the FIA officially granting him a super license exemption, things have moved from speculation to serious groundwork. The teenage sensation is being hailed as the next Verstappen, a title not handed out lightly. But to earn that comparison, he'll need to prove himself on track, potentially alongside the reigning Red Bull icon and four-time world champion. The buzz has intensified after Red Bull confirmed that Lindblad will take part in several free Practice 1 sessions during the 2025 season. The big question now is, will he step up to a full-time race seat in 2026? And if so, how will his arrival shake the foundations of Red Bull's current driver setup? The excitement around Lindblad isn't baseless. His extraordinary pace at such a young age has convinced Red Bull to think ahead, beyond the Verstappen era, whose long-term future with the team remains cloudy. With the super license exemption secured, Red Bull has wasted no time, slotting Lindblad into an aggressive development schedule. Not only will he participate in FP1 sessions, but he's also slated to test the Red Bull car under testing of previous cars, TPC regulations, at Imola next week, a preparation method Mercedes used for Antonelli before confirming him as Hamilton's successor. This plan, crafted by Helmut Marko and Christian Horner, is starting to take shape, and all signs suggest they want Lindblad on the 2026 grid. If that happens, a reshuffle seems inevitable. The most likely scenario, Arvid replacing Isaac Hadjar, who is expected to be promoted to the senior Red Bull team, while Yuki Tsunoda might be shown the door altogether. Marko has already laid down the law, stating that if Tsunoda doesn't deliver strong performances, especially after Imola, a lineup change would become unavoidable. In the same breath, the Red Bull advisor praised Lindblad, calling him a rare talent. At just 17 years old, he's shown blistering speed across multiple racing series and has the kind of mental resilience and ambition that teams crave. Marko even hinted that Lindblad could evolve into one of F1's greats, noting that he's now capable of running a full Grand Prix distance. Red Bull's depth chart is getting crowded, with only one active reserve, Ayumu Iwasa, whose commitments in Japan create scheduling conflicts. Lindblad's rise fills a strategic need as well. "It's a harsh environment," said Marko, "but we've done all we could. The path is now clear." Whether or not Lindblad partners Verstappen, or whoever inherits that coveted Red Bull seat, his future looks poised to be within the team. And while his promotion would be a major breakthrough, it also casts shadows over Tsunoda and Hadjar. If Hadjar fails to impress in the top-tier car, Red Bull may quickly reconsider. We've seen before how graduating from Racing Bulls to Red Bull can feel like a step backward in car performance, not forward. Now with Lindblad looming large, the pressure is rising for every young driver in the Red Bull pipeline. The spotlight has shifted, and it's blinding. When asked about his future, Lindblad remained cautious, saying, "I'm proud and thankful just to be considered for F1 sessions. Nothing's been confirmed yet. I'll have to speak with Red Bull and see. For now, I'm simply grateful for the chance." He also cleared the air on rumors tying his super license to Verstappen's recent situation. "We applied for the exemption back in February," Lindblad explained. "It's probably just a coincidence that it was approved now, with all the buzz around Max. As for what it means moving forward, I really don't know." Red Bull, as expected, is keeping their long-term plans under wraps. But one thing is certain. If Lindblad steps into Formula One, someone from the current lineup will be forced to make way. Whether it's Tsunoda, Hadjar, or even someone higher up the chain, Red Bull's future is clearly being built around this prodigy. The world of Formula One doesn't offer much mercy, especially when a team is stacked with young, hungry talent. In a system where one strong weekend can make you a star, and one bad race can put you on the chopping block, consistency is everything. And right now, no one feels the heat more than Yuki Tsunoda. For 5 long seasons, the Japanese driver has waited patiently for his shot at a top seat. And when it finally came, when he stepped up to the Red Bull main squad, it didn't deliver the dream he imagined. The machinery was a far cry from the front-running car he'd hoped for. And as if that disappointment wasn't enough, he's now got Arvid Lindblad and Isaac Hadjar breathing down his neck, hailed as the future of the team before Tsunoda's chapter is even fully written. If Yuki wants to keep his seat, the message is clear. He needs to start putting points on the board, and fast. With the Austrian Grand Prix approaching, the pressure is only intensifying. Speaking about the current state of affairs, Tsunoda admitted, "Of course, in our team, the goal is to be as far forward as possible. I like the challenge, but yes, the pressure is heavy at times. I don't always enjoy it, but it's a chance to grow and prove myself. That's how I see it." But in truth, this was the reality Tsunoda signed up for. Just look at Liam Lawson, axed after only 2 race weekends, the shortest stint in Red Bull history. That kind of turnover is a clear warning. No one's spot is safe. All eyes are now shifting toward Lindblad, who will test the Red Bull car at Imola under TPC rules and take part in several FP1 sessions this year. The teenage phenomenon is already building a serious resume in Formula 2. Not only is he a title contender, he's also shattered records, becoming the youngest driver in F2 history to claim both a pole position and a race win. And it doesn't stop there. Lindblad recently made headlines for an F1 first off the track too, scoring a goal with a Formula 1 car in the UK. It was a wild, stunt-filled display of precision and flair that only added to his growing legend. His response? "That was an incredible experience. I just hope I get the chance to race in Formula 1 and show I belong here, for the long haul." For Tsunoda, the road ahead is clear but brutal. He must perform now, with every race acting as an audition for his future, because the Red Bull garage doesn't have time to wait. And when prodigies like Arvin Lindblad are knocking on the door, you either step up or step aside. There's no denying it. Arvin Lindblad still has a long journey ahead if he wants to reach the heights he dreams of. But if there's one thing Red Bull has consistently proven, it's that their driver development program delivers results. From Vettel to Verstappen, and now Hajar, Red Bull's academy has become a breeding ground for future stars. And Lindblad looks set to be the next name that strikes fear into rival teams. If Red Bull can eventually field a lineup featuring both Verstappen and Lindblad, it could become one of the most formidable pairings on the grid. The question is, how close could the rookie get to matching Max? Lindblad has already been asked about the comparisons, but the British driver was quick to play it down. "It's hard to compare us, really," he admitted. "Max has done so much already. He's a 4-time world champion. I'm still a lot younger and just getting started. Of course, it's flattering to be mentioned alongside him, but I'm focused on driving fast, improving every weekend, and giving it everything I've got." Maybe that's where we're similar, but I think all drivers share that attitude. F1 pundit Johnny Herbert recently weighed in, saying the only true way to measure Lindblad's potential is by putting him in equal machinery with Verstappen. Until they're in the same car, Herbert noted, we won't know how good Arvid really is. But with 2026 bringing major regulation changes, Red Bull will need to evaluate how their younger drivers adapt. That's when the real test begins. And he's not wrong. While dominating in F2 can build hype, it doesn't guarantee success at the top. Take Andrea Kimi Antonelli, for instance. His F2 season hasn't been stellar, yet Mercedes saw enough potential in him during private testing under TPC regulations to offer him a long-term deal. Results in F2 matter, but performance in Formula 1 equipment is what truly counts. As Lindblad gets closer to an F1 seat, questions are piling up at R. What happens to Yuki Tsunoda? Tsunoda's future is hanging by a thread. Team principal Christian Horner recently stated that there are no guarantees Tsunoda will retain his seat beyond 2025 if his performance doesn't improve. If things continue on the current trajectory, the door is wide open for Lindblad to step in. The pressure on Tsunoda is building, and Red Bull may be preparing for life without him, and possibly even without Verstappen in the long run. The 2026 reset will test every team's resilience and strategy, and Red Bull will want to make sure they're not left scrambling. So, how will the team's driver lineup evolve from 2026 onward? Could Arvid Lindblad be the next homegrown world champion for Red Bull? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And while you're here, make sure to check out the video that's appearing on your screen right now. It's one you won't want to miss.